Okay, hello, good people. How are you guys doing today? My name is Dr. Chidi. I'd like to welcome you to our program today. Dr. Erica is not able to be with us, but she sends her love and she's going to be back with us very soon on our next episode. Today, we're going to be talking about the do's and don'ts when you're starting a new relationship. If today is your first time of encountering our channel, do me a favor and make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up, and please share our videos. Yeah, I'd like to thank all those of you who have been with us for long now, for your support, for your unflinching support, and your advice and your criticisms. They help us a lot. I'm going to go straight into what we have for you today. These are the do's and the don'ts that we think people should observe as they go into a relationship. First and foremost, I must tell you that you should never be afraid of going into a relationship. It's not always going to work out all the time the first time, but there are some times when it work out the first time. But these are some of the things that we think you should do and some of the things we think you shouldn't do when you're starting these relationships new. Number one is number one of the things that you should not do. We're looking at the don'ts now. Is that when you're gonna start a relationship, make sure that you don't come too strong. You don't come too strong. This is not a time for you to show your macho when you are the man. And this is not the time for the woman for you to show your toughness. No, you got to start it small, small, gently. That is not the first date, is not the day when you're going to lay all your life plans before this person. Show them that you are a very organized person. You already know what you want tomorrow. You already know and have it all planned out what you're going to be doing in 5, 10, 15 years. People get intimidated by such facts. And guess what? That could make you start on a wrong note. That alone could make people not want to go into a relationship with you. And don't present yourself like somebody who is so rigid they cannot be bent. They are just, you know what I mean? They already know what they want. It is better for you to just take little steps on your first date and don't rush into things. Don't rush into everything. Let's do this already. Let's do this already. No, try to understand each other. Secondly, don't act too much. Yes, it is good for you to come into a relationship the first time and then, like put your best clothes on to the, you should actually do that. Look nice and bring out your best English. I know why I'm saying this and laughing. Don't come and act a certain way. Just come out with your phone, something that you're not used to. Please don't do that because it is not sustainable. And if you can't sustain it, then your partner is gonna think that you are fake. So don't do that. Okay. Now, the third thing is don't ignore red flags. Don't ignore red flags. A lot of us already, or by the time you, I don't know if that is your very first relationship, the very first time ever, then that is different. But for so many people, you have had some relationships that did not work. Even if there were crushes you had on people, even if there was a fling, even if it was something that you knew you were not serious about. But now that you're getting into this relationship, don't ignore some red flags that you're seeing in this person based on your past experiences. Some of these red flags are things that are going to be like brand new. Like for instance, you go to a restaurant with them on the date and they speak very rudely to the waiter. That's a red flag. If this person is rude, they're going to be rude on you. So don't ignore such things. They make comments about a relationship that they had before and they just tear this person apart. They're going to tear you apart too. So be very, very careful and watch out for those red flags. Don't ignore them at all. Don't ignore them. Then if there are things that happened in your past relationship, maybe it was from you. okay, and you saw it happening again in this new relationship, you should deal with it. So don't ever don't don't ignore red flags. They are there for you to see. That's why they are called red flags. If this person is rude, they're always going to be rude. If they have a bad attitude, they have a bad attitude. So if you're not the kind of person that loves or that can manage, and there's no need why you should manage a relationship. Why? There are millions of people out there. The right person is there for you. So stop thinking that you can manage something that you know you don't like. So watch out for red flags. Another thing is, don't spread your affairs on social media at that very early stage. Yes, you are excited, you are infatuated, you're just so crazy about this person, but that very first time that you guys met, I don't think that you should just go and start spreading it on social media, because this person may not actually feel exactly what you're feeling about them, or they may just be trying to sort out another relationship, and when you post something like that, it could be an embarrassment for them. So don't be too quick about going fully on social media about your new affair. Now, please be careful about sex in your new relationship. As I know, people meet and then for some crazy reason about chemistry or whatever thing you want to say, you guys end up in bed. But trust me, if you can avoid it, it is the best thing. So don't rush into sex. In fact, stay away from it in your new relationship. That's what I'm going to tell you. Now, let's go to the do's in your relationship. I want you to make sure that those early stages of your relationship, that you keep a free mind, keep an open mind, have fun, and make sure that your dates are not boring. Try out new things, try out new spaces. They don't have to be expensive. No, just try to discover each other, try to have fun. Don't It mustn't be an expensive restaurant for it to be a nice outing. It could just be in a fast food restaurant. Just keep an open mind. That way you will get to understand who this person is. But if your outing is always going to be in a fancy restaurant, in a place where you're not free, chances are you will not get to know this person. You have to, secondly, on the things that you should do in your first relationship, you should be independent. Learn to be independent. When you're independent, it tells the other person the kind of person you are. Don't, even if they are offering to be the ones paying, and when I talk about the man and the woman. Even when they are the ones offering to pay for your first date, don't just jump at it like that. Okay, at least show some respect for yourself. Be independent. Don't rely on them. Don't be the one that's relying on them to do this. I mean, you just met somebody not up to how many days and you're asking them for favors. That doesn't look good on you. So please try to be independent. Be somebody that says what they want and what they like. If you don't, okay, I'm moving ahead of myself. Just be independent. The third thing that you should do with your new relationship is you should be vulnerable. A lot of us are we're too cautious when we are getting into a relationship. We don't want to make mistakes. We've been hurt before. So we don't want to say this. We don't want to do this. We don't want to open up. But that is a big mistake you're making. You should learn to be vulnerable. You should learn to be able to just let yourself be. Let yourself be. That will give you a chance to discover how the other person reacts to certain things. If you have a medical condition, be able to find a way to communicate this to your intended partner, to the person that you're trying out a relationship with. If there are things you don't like, say there are things you don't like. If you have a particular way of eating food, you like to eat the food with your hand when you guys go out, make sure you show this at the early stage. Because if you show that, like people like, I don't like using fork and knife, I use fork and knife, but to use it properly and then cut the knife in, cut the knife, cut the meat into small pieces before you eat it. No, eat with my left hand. No, I like to eat with my right hand. Okay, so I like to show you all of those things. Be vulnerable. Crack a joke on yourself. Don't be perfect on the first day. Don't be perfect at those early stages of your relationship. If there are things that happened in the past that you need to let the person know, let them know that first time. It sets the stage for you to have a very pleasurable journey in your relationship. I talked a little bit about the next one before, but let me focus on it now. Respect yourself. It is important that you respect yourself in a relationship. People will respect you as much as you respect yourself. Honestly, if you don't show love to yourself, if you don't have high esteem for yourself, people will not have respect for you. Remember that. People will address you by the way you dress. If you're the kind of person who you dress up, I'm not trying to put anybody down, and that's not the essence of this program, but there are societal norms, there are standards by which we live as human beings. If you're the kind of person that dresses yourself in such a way that people will look down upon you, they will look down upon you. If you're the kind of person that allows such certain talks around you, if someone says certain things about your race, your tribe, religion, or whatever, and you just suck it in, you don't want to react the way you feel because you don't want to offend them, chances are that will make them lose respect. They will do something more than what you've just seen them do. Okay, so it is also, make sure that you set boundaries, set very clear boundaries. These are the things I don't like. These are the things, although we're telling you don't come very strong, but you have to set standards early in your relationship so that down the road they will not become an issue. So respect yourself. And lastly, you have to know how to communicate well. Communicate well and clearly. These are the things I like. These are the things I do not like. You need to be able to communicate very, very clearly. If you do not communicate clearly, oh my goodness, you're going to regret it down the road. And at this point, I would like to pause and give all of you a chance. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please pause and make sure that you hit on the subscription button. If you have subscribed before, be careful. Don't go and subscribe again, because what will happen is that you will unsubscribe yourself. I'm going to play our nuggets for today and I will come back. Thank you. All right, welcome back to our program. Today we're talking about the do's and the don'ts when you're starting a new relationship. And I've listed a couple of things. Let me take this time to talk to you if you are not having a good relationship, if you just had a breakup, or you're really trying to find a good relationship and it's not working out, whether you be a man or woman, male, female, she, he, whatever you identify with. I want to encourage you that there are millions of people out there. Hear me out. There are millions of people out there. The right person is out there for you. You just go out there, do some of these things that we've asked you don't to do, and don't do some of the things we've asked you not to do, and definitely you will find your soulmates. There's plenty of them out there. Okay, do not be discouraged. Do not be depressed about it. It's just a matter of time, and you'll be laughing like the rest of us. Let me also acknowledge some of you here. Ray Power, watching all the way from Australia. Good morning to you. I see you, Big T. Thank you so much for this endorsement and this support. I appreciate you. And Big T says, if she asks for sex, should I say no? Well, just like we said on the first day, she is the one that is asking you for sex. Let me refer you to the part about the red flag. So you better make sure you're the kind of person who is ready for what this person wants. And if you know that that's not what you're there in that relationship for, then that's a red flag for you. I see you, Favor Jam. Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate you. Oshi, thank you so much. Thank you so much for thanking me. Those of you who joined us newly, those of you who joined us for several reasons, just to let you guys know, this is a special broadcast that we do for families, for marriages, for relationships. We have other topics where we deal with politics, where we deal with activism, where we deal with so many other things. Okay, so if this one is not the one for you, make sure that you find other topics on our channel and that you listen to them and you share them. All right, that's our program for you guys today. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And most importantly, don't forget to share this video because it's going to be important for somebody. And from Dr. Erica and all of us at the Toronto studios of Worship Media, my name is Dr. Chidi. God bless you. Bye-bye.